needed an adventure, man. So I decided to change my life 180 degrees. Taught me the language, the customs, opened their arms to me.
I've really learned a lot. Changed me forever.
Welcome to the Peace Corps Experience. I'm Ian Wood. In this program, I'll give you a look at the work and lives of Peace Corps volunteers serving here in Nicaragua. You'll see how new volunteers are trained, where and how they live, what they gain from their Peace Corps experience, and what the communities they work in gain from their assistance. But first, a look at the history of Peace Corps.
I have today signed an executive order providing for the establishment of a Peace Corps. This Corps will be a pool of trained men and women sent overseas by the United States government to help foreign countries meet their urgent needs for skilled manpower.
The Peace Corps was the brainchild of John F. Kennedy. In 1960, the senator and future president of the United States challenged Americans to serve their country and promote world peace by living and working in developing countries. Since then, more than 170,000 volunteers have answered his call. Today, there are more than 6,600 volunteers serving in more than 70 countries. 3 simple goals comprise the Peace Corps mission. First, helping the people of host countries in meeting their need for trained men and women. Second, helping to promote a better understanding of Americans on the part of the people served. And third, helping to promote a better understanding of other people on the part of Americans. Achieving these broad goals requires a very focused effort on behalf of Peace Corps. Volunteers integrate themselves into their communities, living in housing typical to their environment, eating local cuisine, respecting their host country's culture, and learning about its history. We're in Masaya on our way to Amanda Pearl's house. She's a volunteer that lives here in Masaya. And her direction or address is La Iglesia San Juan un cuadro abajo, which literally means the Church of San Juan 1 block below. In Nicaragua, people don't use street names or house numbers to describe their address because, well, nobody has a formal address, so they use landmarks like, I live at the church 1 block below. It's a wonder how people ever find their friends. Sometimes you just have to walk around town asking, where's the church? Where's the Chele live? I got a friend here who's a gringo. Which house is she living in? Well, hopefully we'll find her. Aquí nomás. Luckily, the buggy driver knew exactly where to take me. Finally arrived at Amanda's house, La Iglesia San Juan, una cuadra abajo. Let's see if she's home. Hello. What's up?
Hey.
How you doing? Okay, we got plenty of things to do today, Amanda.
Sounds good to me.
On the day's agenda, a visit to Masaya's Old Market and Hamacas Esperanza, a hammock shop that Amanda spends much of her time working with. Peace Corps volunteer George Miles joined us for the walk to the market. On the way, Amanda told us about her best friend.
This is my dog Lola. She's 2 years old and 4.5 pounds. I got her in Masaya when she was 6 weeks old. She's bred by one of my shoemakers that I work with, and one day I came to his house to help him do some accounting and saw this adorable little puppy there and fell in love, and all of a sudden I had a dog.
We soon arrived at the Old Market, where Amanda gave us a tour of the hammock shop.
We're here in the Old Market of Masaya, and this is my Peace Corps site. My project here is working with hammock makers, helping them export their products, so I've learned a lot about hammocks. These are hammock chairs that are made by one of my exporters, and they take the thread from cotton yarn and they weave it so that it's this thickness, and then they weave the hammock body and dye them all themselves in their tailleurs. This is the store Hamacas Cailagua. And here they make all different types of hammocks. They make the hammock chairs I showed you over there. They make a wooden backed hammock chair that's for the beach. They make a hammock chair that has more of a frame, and then they make the traditional kind of bed hammocks with spreader bars. These are the most popular export to North America and Europe, all of their hammocks are 100% cotton, and they can make any color in the rainbow. They dye all their own hammocks, they make hammocks to order, and they can even put your name on the side of the hammock, which is a very popular wedding gift here in Nicaragua.
From the hammock shop, we headed to the hammock factory, where Amanda was joined by her counterpart. Amanda gave me a tour of the hammock shop and explained how hammocks are made.
So we've seen the market. Now we're in the factory where they actually make the hammocks. This is the first step in the process. Here he's winding the wheel to turn the 100% cotton string that they use into a thicker yarn, which they then use to make the body of the hammock. So now we've seen how the yarn is made. This is the next step of the process, where they're actually weaving the body of the hammock. This hammock takes about a day to weave, and the person weaving it should be making about 75 cords, which is about $5 a day. You need very quick and nimble fingers to do this kind of work. So the hammock body has now been completed, and we're tying all of the pieces of the hammock together to get ready to place these wooden rods on the hammock. Once that is done, the final adornment will be added. This one has been embroidered for Roatan, where they're probably exporting it.
Amanda has been using her education in developmental economics to help the hammock shop build its business in many ways.
I help them interact with clients from the States. I facilitate some of their exporting. I help them when they need assistance with their accounting and their records, and any other general business consulting and advice that they could need. They're a pretty strong, medium-sized business. They do about 2,000 hammocks a month, so that's just a really great export for Masaya.
Lo enseño, toda esa técnica lo vamos a seguir nosotros. Si es posible buscar cómo superarlos más para tener mejor mercado, tener buena calidad.
During her Peace Corps service, Amanda has become very close to the people she works with. The hammock shop owners treat her like family.
We really clicked, and they treat me like their daughter. They call me Maria Amanda because they can't imagine that I would actually only have one name, so they've given me a second one.
Es muy buena persona, María Amanda. Lo ha hecho mucha falta. Sí.
Nos deja su corazón.
Hemos intercambiado entonces.
Amanda is at the end of her 2 years of Peace Corps service and about to return to the United States, though she will always be welcome back in Masaya.
Cuídense.
As a Peace Corps volunteer, it's important to maintain a standard of living roughly equal to your neighbors. This is my home in Jinotepec. Come on in and I'll give you a tour. Well, this is my living room here in my home. I've got some furniture here that my landlord gave me. I've got my whiteboard. I use this to take Spanish classes a few times a week. I keep studying. I have a teacher that comes here because I want to improve my Spanish. It's very important. Come through here and I'll give you a tour of my hammock room. Now, in here, this is my hammock room / guest room / surfboard storage room. Another volunteer and I had a little surf team in a nearby beach town, and we used surfing and renting these boards out as a means to educate the kids on small business skills. And here we are in my bedroom. You'll notice there's no normal closets here in this house because it's all made of cement. Here's where I hang my stuff. This is my Nicaraguan closet. You'll notice I went for a nice coil bed. I think it's good to sleep at night. Most of the volunteers opt for the less expensive thin foam bed, but I wanted this. And my mosquito net. This is critical because dengue is a serious problem here. And when I first moved here, I wasn't using my mosquito net. I got dengue, and as the Peace Corps doctors put it, if you think you have dengue, you probably don't. If you think you're going to die, you probably have dengue. Well, I got dengue and thought I was going to die, and I was bedridden in here. And from now on, I am sticking with my mosquito netting every night. All right, this is my outdoor kitchen. I love having an outdoor kitchen because it keeps the bugs and rodents outside of the house for the most part. I've got my refrigerator, which is pretty well stocked because I'm lucky to have 2 grocery stores here in Jinotepec. And over here on the stove, I like cooking up hamburgers, making ground beef fajitas, frying up chicken. Over here I've got my pila, which is a water station in the house. We don't get water all day. I only get it about 8 hours, and sometimes I'll go a day or 2 without it. So I have to store up water to get me through the dry parts of the day. And here I've got a load of laundry going. Basically, we do laundry here the old-fashioned way. We have to grind it on the cement washboard and then put it into a bucket full of soapy water and let it sit for a while. And of course, we dry our clothes the old-fashioned way here too. Well, from my backyard, we go to the backyards of Corinto, where environmental volunteers Kate Yeager and Clay Downing teach the benefits of cooking with soy.
Joining the Peace Corps just seemed the natural thing to do for me. I started the application process before my senior year of college. It took me about 2 years to get here and never once doubted the decision. Okay, I'm going to show you my garden. Right now it's looking so-so. It's taken a lot of work, but when I first moved here a year and a half ago, there was nothing green at all. It was just all dust. So it's an accomplishment for me. I've also never had a garden. I've lived in the city my entire life. This is my first time to try to play with plants. My pride are my basil, and these are seeds from home. So I have a couple basil seedlings and plants coming along. And here is my very pregnant cat. Another project that I did last year and that I continue to do in my own garden is compost. Most of the trash produced here in Nicaragua is organic waste, and if we could reduce that, we could reduce the amount of trash in the city dump. Here I have 3 separate compost areas. That one is just leaves and pieces of wood that I've chopped off the trees with my machete, and it kind of does its own thing. Here's scrappings from my garden, and in that hole I have anything that comes out of my own kitchen that I've cooked with, or fruit peels, banana peels, eggshells, you can see it on there. So it's something that I've been doing myself, and then I often bring neighbors in to show them, hey look, you can do this, it's really easy, and just kind of teach them the basics of it.
In addition to showing the locals how to garden and compost, Kate has been promoting the uses of soy, a healthy, low-cost food source. Kate took her class on the road to the nearby town of El Realejo.
We went to your house.
Environmental volunteer Clay Downing met Kate at the bus stop and informed her that the town was already buzzing with news of her arrival.
So I got down to the other house. Since I've come back, I've had like 3 or 4 Nicaraguans. I'll be like, there's 3 gringos in the park waiting for you.
Today's class, Soy 101.
Eso, okay. Primera cosa que tenemos que hacer es sacar la pulpa. Van a ver. Entonces cada persona puede ayudar un poquito. What we're doing now is we're pulling the skins off of the beans because the skins make it a little bit bitter.
The diet here doesn't have much variety, so this is something that gives a little variety to it as well as a lot of nutrition. And so by doing this, it's giving them an extra means of nutrition, and it's something that's around and it's easy to find and it's cheap. So even if they're poor, they can afford it.
Once the soybeans had been extracted, the next step in the process had to be done at a local shop with specialized machinery.
We're at a molino right now to ground up the soy. We're just going to make like a paste with the soy, and she's about to put it through right now. And now we're going to take this back and cook it. Okay, here we have the finished product. The soy meat has been fried up with some vegetables and some flavorings, and it's good to go. It's pretty good. Came out great, actually. Everyone seems to be enjoying it. Caliente!
Probamos. Tomamos.
Está rico.
Sí, está rico.
Throughout her Peace Corps service, Kate has served her community and found comfort with them.
I think I've gained more than I've given, actually. More than anything from the friendships I've made and the people that I meet just on a daily basis. I've really learned a lot, changed a lot of stereotypes and opinions and whatnot. And those are things that are valuable to bring back. It's changed me forever.
We just arrived in San Jorge, and we're going to cross the lake via ferry to the island of Ometepe. On that island, the port town is Malagapa, and that's where Peace Corps volunteer Adrian Barrett lives. So let's get going.
The ferry ride to Ometepe is an hour long and costs $1. On board, the ferry offers drinks and snacks to overheated travelers.
Sí, ¿cuánto cuesta una gaseosa? The service on here is just like you'd find on a plane. They got like, basically like a stewardess on the ferry. He's selling me a Coke right now. They got chips, anything you can think of. They won't give you the bottle though, because here they always have like deposit bottles. So he pours it into a plastic bag and ties a straw into it. And then I'll pay him. It costs 6 cords, which is about 40 cents. 40 cents, not bad for a soda.
While I was boiling away in the bottom of the ferry, these folks were relaxing in the breeze on the top deck. In the native tongue, Ometepe means 2 hills, a reference to the 2 volcanoes that form the island, Volcan Concepcion and Volcan Maderas.
All right, we've arrived in Ometepe.
After arriving on the island, I still had to find Adrian's house. Like most Nicaraguan homes, his does not have a street address. Luckily, I ran into one of Adrian's students.
Wait, eres un amigo de Adrián, ¿sí? ¿Dónde vive Adrian Barrett? Arriba, ¿dónde?
En la esquina.
¿Sí?
Donde está la gasolinera.
Sí, Texaco.
Para allá, dobla para allá y al frente está una casa por allá.
Ok, gracias, amigo.
Para allá sí.
Ok, nos vemos. That's how you get directions around here. ¿Sí? No, estoy bien. Puedo encontrarlo. Nos vemos. Well, that's how you get directions around here. You just have to ask around. Where's Adrian Barrett live? Everybody on the island knows him, so we're off to his house. ¿Cómo está?
Aquí esperándolos a ustedes.
Sí, bueno, gracias. What's up? How you doing, man?
Hey, man.
Doing good, doing very good.
Adrian's primary Peace Corps project is an English class that he teaches to local boys and girls. He starts every class with one important rule.
Okay, no Spanish, people. All right. Okay, just generally, we start the class by practicing the past tense, by talking about the day's events. So I'm going to ask some of you, what you did today. Okay, don't make me look bad. Okay, and okay, first we'll start with introductions. Name, age, what you do, and why you want to study English. Okay.
Okay, my name is Borman Garcia. I'm from Ometepe. I live in Moyogalpa.
English is an important language because many tourists visit. I've had great success with my English class. It started out, as a way for me to get into the community, and it kind of took off. I found out I really enjoyed teaching and got good at it. And now I developed, based on Peace Corps methods, I developed a 6-month course, which I've offered 3 times, and it's been great.
The next day, Adrian took me to meet his star pupil.
Right now we're headed to Robinson Espinosa's house. He's basically, what I'd call my protege.
Yeah.
He's learned English well enough to start his own English class, and the irony is that he makes money. I'm a Peace Corps volunteer, so I don't charge.
Hey, Rob.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey guys,
How's it going?
How you doing?
Good.
What's up? For me, I'm grateful to Robinson because he makes me look good, as a volunteer. And he came to my class, he paid attention, he studied, he was curious, he took my advice, and I could give advice because I was also learning Spanish at the same time. And he assimilated that advice into his own class. Now he has his own class, and I hear it's good. We have the same schedule, so we never get to go to each other's classes. Yeah.
Okay, and besides English, I learned from Edian that he has a good ability to talk to people, and that's what I have to learn, and that is what I have learned. So, because when you meet people from different parts of the world, you have to know something more than English. You have to know the way they speak, the things that they talk about, and things like that. And I have learned everything from him.
Most Peace Corps volunteers work on a number of projects. Adrian's secondary project is managing the Ometepe Marathon, an annual foot race around the island. Getting local residents and businesses involved is a top priority, so Adrian and I caught a ride to the far side of the island to meet a potential sponsor.
We're on a bumpy road, but we're on our way to meet a sponsor, to talk to her about her, patrocinaje, her pledge basically to help the Ometepe Marathon. So we're going to talk to her, maybe have a beer, check out the scenery, and hopefully come away with some cash. Yeah, the Ometepe Marathon was a race created by a Peace Corps volunteer about 4 or 5 years ago. It supports a group called Los Jóvenes Emprendedores, the young entrepreneurs. All the funds go back into the marathon to be reinvested the next year. We get about 100 athletes or more. It's sponsored by local and national and some international companies. And it's good publicity for the local businesses, and it's also a tourist attraction, because people come here to race.
Our truck soon arrived on the far side of the island, where Adrian and I met the owner of a hotel interested in becoming a sponsor of the race.
Hi, hola.
Mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto, me llamo Ian. Soy amigo de Adrián y somos voluntarios de Cuerpo de Paz.
Sí, aquí en Nicaragua.
Sí, sí.
After introductions, Adrian got down to the business at hand.
Es que, bueno, quiero aprovechar para hablar del maratón.
Sí.
Ustedes van a ser patrocinadores este año.
Sí.
Entonces, va a ser...
¿Se lo puedo dar ahorita?
Oh, sí, perfecto.
Okay.
Sí, sería perfecto.
With the check in hand, we returned to Mayogalpa, and a few weeks later, race day arrived. Nicaraguans, tourists, and Peace Corps volunteers from all over the country came to show their support for the marathon.
I came out because I ran last year, but I knew I could do it. So I came out to support again. It's a big event, started with Peace Corps. So here I am, how about?
32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 41, 42.
All right, so we've got 7 people out there.
7 people.
7 missing gringos.
7 missing gringos.
So what do you do to find them? Or
we'll send a motorcycle out.
Yeah.
They're probably somewhere passed out or something.
Yeah, I just don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to be a part of anybody lost.
The stress of the event. Yeah, they'll be fine. They're probably walking. Yeah.
All the missing gringos were found in good health, and the people of Mayogalpa celebrated.
Well, it's sort of an organized mayhem, Nicaraguan style. People are all in the street. Even the soldiers and the police who are supposed to be keeping order, are excited about the event, and that's just how it is here. This is my last big thing in the Peace Corps, so I'm going out on a high note.
While the Peace Corps may be the toughest job you'll ever love, volunteers do more than just work. They live in their host country, and that means they find time to enjoy and explore their new homeland. The pristine Pacific coastline of Nicaragua has drawn many volunteers in need of some R&R. Surfing is one of our favorite Peace Corps pastimes, and finding new surf spots is just part of the fun.
Came here, it was very dead, no waves whatsoever. So then it was Arm's idea to make this 8-mile hike in flip-flops across rocks.
Should you be knocking the board into the rock?
We soon found our surf break for the day, a secluded beach where the jungle meets the ocean. Surfing is just one of many new experiences for the volunteers in Nicaragua.
A lot of people learn while they're down here. I'd never surfed before I came down here.
And now how are you?
Getting a little better.
Surfing will definitely be something I take back with me, except that I'll probably be going back to St. Louis, Missouri. The mighty Mississippi's not much for surfing, but I'm hoping to invent the sport. I might need to borrow your 13-foot longboard, Ian. That might work.
For many, one of the hardest parts of serving in the Peace Corps is finishing your service and leaving the life you've known as a volunteer behind. I hope you've enjoyed your look into the lives of Peace Corps volunteers serving in Nicaragua. I'm Ian Wood, and after 2 years of Peace Corps service, I can tell you that the Peace Corps experience is true life experience.
Leaves are falling all around. Time I was on my way. Thanks to you, I'm much obliged for such a pleasant stay.